Ladies and gentlemen, the NBA draft news has once again been big for the Chicago Bulls today, as we have yet enticed another player that could potentially be on the Bulls board when it comes to the draft. Now, this player I feel like a lot of people could potentially not be happy with, but at the end of the day, when a rumor comes out, especially so close to the draft, you have to take notice of it, whether it is true or not. So I'm going to be talking about this player. I don't really know much about him, but again, it seems like his stock has risen dramatically, and it seems like the Chicago Bulls might be willing to take a chance on him. His name, I believe, is Patrick Williams. Let's do it. What's up, everybody? It's the Aiden Sports Show, and welcome back to another video. This is going to be a Chicago Bulls video in relation to the NBA draft, and more specifically, a potential moving down in the NBA draft, trading downwards to acquire a player that the Bulls seem to be very high on, and his name is Patrick Williams. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Aiden Sports Show YouTube channel, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below, what do you think the Chicago Bulls will do tomorrow in the NBA draft? One day away, only a few hours away. We will see what our future holds within this first front management and this young Chicago Bulls team. Will they add a significant piece, or will they decide to go and trade down and acquire a player that might not be ready now but could be ready over a few years' time? First things first, the name Patrick Williams. Who is Patrick Williams? From what I understand, he is a power forward, a 6'8" power forward that has had many workouts with many teams, and his stock has risen dramatically for players from teams like Cleveland and the Bulls being highly interested in this player. Now, first things first, with Patrick Williams, I can't say I know much about him, so this video is going to be very weakened in terms of knowledge of the player. But from what I understand, he was a player that wasn't really considered a high draft pick for many people, and I still think for some people they are still not considered as a high draft pick. So that's the first thing I want to get out of the way. Secondly, the Chicago Bulls could potentially trade down to get this player. Now, how far would they end up going down? Look, I think it could be well and truly below to the 10th pick at best, maybe, if they're going to trade down. And we could get some good assets from teams that will look to aspire to go up. I mean, the Detroit Pistons are looking to move up in this trade. The New York Knicks are looking to move up in this draft. There are a bunch of teams that probably would love to move up in this draft, and the Chicago Bulls could capitalize, get a good, decent deal back, maybe with a good player, maybe another future first-round pick for next year, etc., to try and trade down for Patrick Williams. Now, again, it seems like he's a hard worker. He seems to be a grit and grind type player. I think defensively is his strong suit. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. So if people that love defense and think that we need defense, this is a player that can do the job. But ultimately, Patrick Williams is a little bit of an unknown to me. And I'm going to tell you why I believe this deal doesn't make any sense. First of all, he's a power forward. We have two power forwards already. Now, I'm not saying those two power forwards are guaranteed to be the power forwards that we're going to go with this season. I mean, Thaddeus Young is still a player that I feel like most Bulls fans want traded, and I think he wants to move as well. So we will have an opening in that position. But ultimately, we have those positions covered, and covered very well for the most part at the moment. So if we're going to go for a power forward, why don't we go for Obi Toppin, who is a player that I feel like a lot of people would actually be much more happier with, considering he is a very similar player. He's athletic, he can defend, he's a power forward that can play the small forward position. Obi Toppin seems like the better choice. However, the Chicago Bulls seem to have their eyes set on this player. Again, I don't believe this. And the reason why is, I think it's Casey Johnson that may have said this, but ultimately, the Bulls have not come out and said this. So people are saying the Chicago Bulls are going to trade down. No one knows what the Chicago Bulls are going to do. This is another trade rumor from a lot of people that are trying to make a prediction of what the Chicago Bulls are doing. There's no real, I guess, there's no real information out there. It is all speculation. And unfortunately, speculation doesn't get you far, and especially in the NBA draft when things can change on the dime. So the reality is, this is 100% not confirmed, and I truly don't think this is going to happen. But of course, if you're interested in a player like Patrick Williams, I'm sure you'd be happy with this news, excited with this news. But I feel like majority of the Bulls fans will ultimately say this is not the best idea. The Bulls should not be going down this route. Again, with Arturius, I will trust the decisions that he makes. If he is going to trade down, I will have to trust it. Because at the end of the day, this is a new front management. They clearly have the best intentions for us, and we believe that they know what they're doing. So if they do trade down, then I will trust why they trade down. I will accept the player if he does come. I'm not going to boo like what New York did to Porzingis. I'm not going to boo any player that comes to this team. But the reality is, I have a strong feeling that this might not be the case. At the end of the day, we have a lot to discuss with the NBA draft. It is only a few hours away. But now we have another player that seems to be on the to-do list, man. We've got Patrick Williams, LaMelo Ball. We've got Denny, Obi Toppin as a sleeper, Anthony Edwards, Wiseman. The Bulls have been linked to literally every target that you could possibly think of, even early to Killian Hayes. The truth is, no one knows what the Chicago Bulls are doing. So this trade rumor, ultimately, I wouldn't say don't listen to it, but I would say don't necessarily believe it until you see it. Don't believe anything until it's been announced. Don't believe that we're getting LaMelo Ball until LaMelo Ball is being announced with the 4th pick, or if we go higher. Don't believe we're getting Denny until it's announced. Don't believe in Patrick Williams until it's announced. That's the big thing I can say here. I'm going to keep this video relatively short because I still don't really know that much about this player. And I'm not going to come out here and try and bull my way through this and say he's this and he's that when I don't know what he is. But again, if the Bulls find an interest in this player, I will have to trust it, and I will trust it, and I will welcome him to the Chicago Bulls. But ultimately, trading down, I think, is the best idea. If we're going to get Patrick Williams at the 4th pick, I think that is very ideally stupid, to be honest, because you could get assets for trading down, and you could get good assets at that. So why would you trade? Why would you pick him with the 4th pick? That makes no sense to me. But ultimately, we wait and see. The draft is only a few days away. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. I will see you with the NBA draft, with the 4th pick, with the 2nd pick, whichever pick the Chicago Bulls end up having. Who are we selecting? Let's find out together in the NBA draft tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Stay excited, stay happy, stay motivated. Please be energetic. Do not lose faith in the NBA draft. Do not lose interest. I know people are very upset with these trade rumors, especially this draft rumor here. Please just stay motivated and stay ready, because anything can happen. No one knows what the Bulls are doing. So be ready, be excited, and think the unpredictable, because it can definitely happen. Have a wonderful day. Take care.